Good day once again. Today we are going to discuss day 1 of our lessons for week number 10. Let us start with characteristics of animals, including mammals, reptiles, insects, birds, fish, and amphibians. First, let us have the vertebrates. Animals with backbones or vertebral columns are called vertebrates. Their backbones support and protect their spinal cord. At the end of the spinal cord is the brain, which is enclosed in a skull. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you in Filipino. So, ang mga hayop na merong buto sa likod o tinatawag na vertebral columns ay tinatawag silang vertebrates. O, lahat ng hayop na merong backbone, mayroong mga buto sa likod, sila po ay vertebrates. Ito ay sumusuporta at nagpro-protect sa kanilang spinal cord kung saan matatagpuan sa kabilang dulo ang kanilang utak na nakapaloob sa isang bungo o skull. So as compared to other animals, vertebrates have internal skeleton that give them shape. They have large and more developed brains, making them the higher form of animals. They are classified into 5 small groups, namely fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. These 5 groups are then divided into 2 groups according to their ability to adapt to the changes in the temperature of the environment. So the first 3 groups, namely fishes, amphibians, and reptiles, are all cold-blooded vertebrates. For their body temperature changes with their environment. Yung 5 grupo na yan ay nahati pa sa 2 group ang vertebrates. So yung mga isda, mga amphibians, mga reptiles ay mga cold-blooded. Ibig sabihin, malamig ang katawan nila dahil nag-a-adapt sila environment ang kanilang body temperature. They do not eat very often because they depend on the surroundings instead of their bodies for heat. Ang kanilang init ay hindi nakadepende sa kanilang katawan. So, hindi sila masyadong kumakain. Okay? Nakadepende lang sila sa init ng kanilang surroundings. On the other hand, birds and mammals belongs to warm-blooded vertebrates. Yung mga ibon naman at mga mammals ay kasama sa tinatawag na warm-blooded vertebrates. For their body temperature changes only slightly even if they are in extreme hot or cold environment. So pag mainit ang panahon o kaya malamig ang panahon, nag-a-adjust yung kanilang body temperature. Halimbawa, pag mainit ang panahon, naglalabas sila ng pawis o kaya laway to maintain their body temperature. So they must eat often. Okay. Madalas silang kumakain lalo pagka malamig ang panahon. Next, let us have first fish. Fishes have body shape adapted for living and moving in water. So ang kanilang katawan ay naka-adapt para mamuhay o mabuhay at makagalaw sa tubig. So examples are we have shark, clownfish, pufferfish, and a lot of fishes. They have tails for moving, fins for steering and maintaining balance, and gills for breathing. Okay, they have scales for protection. Most of them lay eggs. So yung kanilang buntot ay ginagamit nila para makagalaw. Ang kanilang mga fins ay para sa pag-ikot nila, pagliko, at ma-maintain yung balance nila ng katawan. At ang kanilang hasang ay para sa paghinga. Ang kanilang kaliskis ay protection nila sa kanilang katawan. At kadalasan sila ay nangingitlog na para sa kanilang pagpaparami. Okay, next number 2 we have amphibians. Amphibians can live both in water and on land. They live in water when they are still young. Thus, they have gills to breathe. So, meron silang, ang amphibians ay nabubuhay sa tubig at saka sa lupa. So, nabubuhay sila sa tubig kapag sila ay bata pa, pero nag-a-adapt din sila para mamuhay sa lupa kung sila ay malaki na. Okay, pag nasa tubig sila, meron pa silang hasang para makahinga. Okay, examples of these are frog, newt, and salamander. As they grow older, they live on land. So, habang lumalaki, natututo silang mabuhay sa lupa. Their gills disappear and develop their lungs. So, unti-unting mawawala ang kanilang hasang at unti-unti naman madidevelop ang kanilang baga. Okay? Next are reptiles. Reptiles can also live both in water and on land, although they are more adaptable to live on land for extended periods of time because they have developed lungs and body structures. Okay, ang mga reptiles naman ay nabubuhay din sa tubig at saka sa lupa. Okay? Pero dahil adaptable sila na mamuhay sa lupa sa mas mahabang panahon dahil sila ay may na-develop na baga at ang kanilang body structure. Examples of reptiles, we have crocodile, snake, and turtle. Okay, they are covered with dry skin and hard scales. They lay eggs with leathery shells. Yun nga po, no? So, gaya ng crocodile, snake, and turtle, nangingitlog po sila at ang kanilang mga balat ay medyo makunat, makapal. Okay? Lalo na yung turtle, yung shell niya ay matigas. Okay, next, number 4, we have birds. Birds are the only mammals covered with feathers. They have wings, hollow bones, and thin skulls, which make their bodies extremely light for flying. Okay, ang mga ibon naman ay isang uri ng mammal na may balahibo. Meron silang mga pakpak at magaan na mga buto at manipis na bungo na nagiging dahilan para maging magaan ang kanilang katawan para sa paglipad. Okay, examples we have parrot, eagle, and chicken. So chicken is an example of a bird. Okay, they have lungs for breathing and have bills or beaks for eating. So gunagamit na yung kanilang kupa para kumain. They lay eggs that are enclosed in shells and usually incubated in a nest. So sila ay nangingitlog, okay? At doon sila nangingitlog, gumagawa sila ng pugad. Okay? However, some birds can only fly short distance like chickens and quails. Others do not fly like ostrich and penguin. Okay? Some of the birds, yung mga ibon na kagaya ng manok, ng pugo, sila ay maikli lamang yung kanilang nalilipad dahil hindi naman sila nakadesign para maglipad palagi, mamuhay ng laging lumilipad. Okay? Kagaya ng ostrich naman at saka penguin, sila ay hindi nakakalipad. Okay? Ostrich can't fly because it has bigger body. So ostrich can't fly because it has bigger body than its wings. So yung ostrich hindi nakakalipad dahil napakalaki ng kanyang katawan kaysa sa kanyang mga paa. While penguin can fly because it's more adapted to swim in water. Penguin naman ay hindi rin nakakalipad dahil mas adapted siya para lumangoy sa tubig. Others paddle and swim in water like the ducks and geese. So kagaya naman din ng pato at ang gansa, sila ay hindi rin masyadong lumilipad. Mas gusto nila sa tubig, lumalangoy. And number 5, we have mammals. Mammals are the only vertebrates with mammary glands or breasts, which produce milk to nourish their young. So, ang mammals naman ay ang mga vertebrates na merong nagpuproduce sila ng gatas para buhayin ang kanilang mga anak. So, they are covered with hair or fur for protection. They have lungs to breathe. Sila karaniwang nababalot ng buhok o balahibo para sa protection ng kanilang katawan at sila ay merong baga para makahinga. Examples, we have elephant, cat, and dogs. So, these are only a few examples. Okay, for most mammals, their young develop inside the female's body. They are born in forms that resemble their parents. So, karamihan sa mga mammals, ang kanilang mga anak ay nadidevelop sa loob ng katawan ng babae. At sila ay pinapanganak na ang kanilang itsura ay hindi nalalayo sa kung ano itsura ng kanilang mga magulang. Okay, vertebrates roles are vital as sources of food to humans, participate in our biological existence, and for beautification purposes. So, ang mga vertebrates ay meron silang rules na ginagampanan. Sila ay isang mapagkukunan ng magkain ng mga tao at meron silang kinalaman sa biological existence at para din sa pagpapaganda ng kapaligiran. Vertebrates are more advanced than the other animals because they are smart. That is why other vertebrates like dogs are trained to guard properties. So karamihan sa mga vertebrates ay merong advanced na kakayahan. Sila ay may talino. Kaya yung ibang mga vertebrates kagaya ng aso ay maaring sanayin para magbantay o maging bantay sa mga pag-aari, kaari-arian. Okay? In number 6, we have insects. An insect and an invertebrate fits into the arthropod groups because it has an exoskeleton and segmented body. Some examples of insects includes bees, ants, and butterflies. So yung mga insekto naman, sila naman ay tinatawag na invertebrates. Tandaan, kanina ay vertebrates. Ayun naman ay invertebrates. So, ang invertebrates, tulad ng mga insekto, sila ay kasama sa tinatawag na grupo ng mga arthropods. Bakit? Dahil sila ay merong exoskeleton and a segmented body. So, pag sinabing exoskeleton, yung kanilang pinaka-skeleton ay parang shell lang siya. So, wala talagang buto. Yung kanilang covering, yun na yung pinaka-skeleton nila. Okay? At segmented body, ibig sabihin, hati-hati yung kanilang katawan. Some examples of insects include bees, ants, and butterflies. So, kung mapapansin natin yung mga bees, yung mga langgam, yung mga butterfly, ay hati-hati yung kanilang katawan. What are some key characteristics of insects? Okay, number 1, we have their bodies are split into 3 parts. They have 6 legs, which is composed of 3 pairs of legs. Most insects have 2 pairs of wings. Karaniwan sa mga katangian ng mga insekto ay meron silang 6 na paa at meron silang 2 pares ng mga pakpak. Ang mga insekto ay nangingitlog. The insects lay eggs. Insects have antennae, little feelers that help them find their way around and sense what's going on. So, meron silang mga tinatawag na antena na tumutulong sa kanila para malaman nila kung alin yung mga daanan at ano yung mga nangyayari sa paligid. Insects with over 1 million described species are the most diverse group of animals on Earth. They may be found in nearly all environments on the planet. No matter where you travel, you will see organisms from this group. So, yung mga insekto ay merong mahigit milyon na nakilalang mga species. Sila ay mga diverse group na mga hayop sa mundo. Sila ay matatagpuan kahit saan sa planeta. Adult insects range in size from a minuscule fairy fly to a 21.9-inch long stick insect. So, ang mga matatanda ng mga insekto ay merong laki na kasi katulad lang ng minuscule fairy fly, napakaliit po na insekto yan, hanggang sa merong sukat na 21.9-inch long na stick insect. Parang stick siya na insekto na naglalakad. Insect movement can include flying, walking, and swimming. Insects were the only invertebrates to develop the ability to fly, and this has played an important role in their success. So, ang mga insekto, sila ay mga invertebrates na may kakayahang makalipad at nakakatulong ito para sa maging matagumpay ang pamumuhay nila. Many adult insects use 6 legs for walk, and they walk in alternate triangles touching the ground. This allows the insect to walk quickly while staying stable. Few insects have evolved to walk on the surface of the water like water striders. So may mga matatanda na mga insekto na ginagamit ang kanilang 6 na paa para paglakad kung hindi sila nakakalipad. So pag naglalakad sila ay alternate triangles ang pamamaraan. So this allows the insects to walk quickly while staying stable. Example dito ay yung water strider. A large number of other insects also live parts of their lives underwater, while water beetles and water bugs have legs adapted to paddle in the water. Young dragonflies use jet propulsion, sending water out of their back and to move. So may mga insekto, mga insektong kagaya ng water beetles and water bugs na ginagamit ang kanilang mga paa para magsagwan. So yung mga maliliit naman, mga dragonflies, mga tutubi, no? Sila ay gumagamit ng jet propulsion, okay? Para isikad ang kanilang mga paa at mag-move sa tubig. Okay, so we have here examples. We have the ant, bee, ladybug, fly, and butterfly. These are examples of insects. Okay, let us proceed to formative assessment. Direction. Write through if the statement is correct. If it is incorrect, change the underlined word to make the statement correct. Number 1. Blank. Vertebrates are animals with spinal cords. Number 2. Penguins are vertebrates. 3. Mammals are invertebrates. 4. Humans are examples of reptiles. 5. Frogs can lay eggs. Okay, let us proceed to extended learning opportunities. Classify which group the representative animal is a member of. They are to make use of the word box below. So we have animal classification. So number 1, the picture is a monkey. Oh, what classification of animal is a monkey? Is it mammal, reptile, insect, fish, amphibian, bird? Next, the animal is bees or bee. Is it mammal, reptile, insect, fish, amphibian, or bird? Number 3, this is snake. What is its classification? Is it mammal, reptile, insect, fish, amphibian, or bird? Number 4, we have the animal picture is an eagle. Is it a mammal, reptile, insect, fish, amphibian, or bird? Okay. Number 5, we have bangus. What kind of animal classification is this? Mammal, reptile, insect, fish, amphibian, or bird? Number 6, we have a frog. What classification does a frog belongs to? Is mammal, reptile, insect, fish, amphibian, bird?